Hello, Forever Family. Once again, it's time to do another Bible study video. The purpose of doing these videos is to make disciples. Have you ever wondered if all the versions of the Bible share the same message? Well, God has given us the passion to try to find out. How He's done that? He's given us a website called www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, which has over 2,500 complete book studies, topical teachings, and different formats of sharing the gospel. There are some messages done in up to 50 different versions of the Bible. Why is that done? Well, the tagline for www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org is passion to make disciples. And that's what He's given. He's given us passion to make disciples. We want to do the same message in as many versions of the Bible as the Lord opens the door for, to reach whoever with the gospel so they can get to a relationship with Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua. And we also want to be on as many platforms as the Lord opens the door for, so we can reach them there as well. And some of those platforms are our Facebook page, Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter site. They all have the same name of Where Scripture Speaks Clearly. So today, Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 13 from the Amplified Bible. We read, starting in verse 1, a time for everything. There is a season, a time appointed for everything, and a time for every delight and every event or purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up as lost. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear apart and a time to sew together. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What profit is there for the worker from that in which he labors? I have seen the task which God has given to the sons of men, with which to occupy themselves. God set eternity in the heart of men. He has made everything beautiful and appropriate in its time. He has also planted eternity, a sense of divine purpose in the human heart, mysterious longing which nothing under the sun can satisfy except God. Yet man cannot find out, comprehend, grasp what God has done, His overall plan from the beginning to the end. I know that there is nothing better for them than to rejoice and to do good as long as they live, and also that every man should eat and drink and see and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is a gift of God. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 13 in the Amplified version of the Bible. So as a Christian, I'm supposed to make disciples by sharing the gospel. So I just did that. So I'm going to ask you to do your part. What is your part? Whatever platform you're watching this video on, let the platform know if this message reached you or if you're engaged in this message and why. Leave a positive comment. What I've learned in ministry, sometimes it takes one courageous person to leave a positive comment for someone else to do the same thing, and I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to put some questions in the comments section. The purpose of these questions is only to find out who's watching these videos so that we can team together to share the gospel better and reach more people with the gospel because you got involved in some type of way. Also, if you want to store treasures for yourself in heaven, since we use Scripture to explain Scripture, if you hit the share button, you are doing a great commission of sharing the gospel. So you'll store up treasures for yourself in heaven. About a year ago, God put in my heart to make some shirts and some masks. On the front and back of the shirt, there are scriptures. And on the back, there's a picture of the bookcase of Bibles that I started this website on. And I'm going to try to put those videos on different platforms so I can get your feedback on them. And whenever God puts something else in my heart to do, I'll always do a video so they can get your feedback on that as well. So now, you watch this video. Under Where Scripture Speaks Clearly, go to the Facebook page, Parler, MeWe, YouTube, and Twitter sites. They all have the same name of Where Scripture Speaks Clearly. And then, because it has the most content, go to www.wherescripturespeaksclearly.org, which has over 2,500 complete book studies, topical teachings in different formats to share the gospel. So rate these videos, like these videos, get involved in these sites, because maybe you got involved, somebody else will, and we can reach more people with the gospel. So go to these sites, do those things, get involved. I'm always adding more book studies, topical teachings in different formats to share the gospel. So keep coming back. Hit that share button. Get involved in these different sites. See you again soon.